Crown Jewel this year was very, very interesting. It was fun, had some shocking moments that we'll get into, and everything was very interesting. Like, you have very great matches we've had in the card. Everything was quite interesting, but there was a couple of issues. But let's dive into my review for Crown Jewel 2023. So let's begin. JD McDonough, it's some basic old Raw match you want to see on Raw, but it's always great to see Sami and Saudi and the cheer that he gets for them. So it's always great to see that. But people gotta give more credit to JD McDonough because he can sell his butt off when it comes to matches. He is a great seller that I don't think a lot of people give him for. I don't know, but match was overall, it's alright. It was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. Then we get to the actual first match of the night, which kind of surprised me. It opened the card, but also makes sense. That was Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. And this match was very fun. It's probably my match of the night, honestly, and probably the best match of Seth Rollins' title reign. Outside the Last Man Standing with Shinsuke, it's probably the best and enjoyable match I've had out of all his title defenses so far in this reign. But it was still overall entertaining, surprising. We got so many near falls, making you think Seth wasn't gonna win, Drew wasn't gonna win. Like so many near falls that made the story of this match so interesting and enjoyable to watch throughout the match. And it just really made you feel like the rest of Seth Rollins' opponents. It always makes you feel, oh, I want to see this guy be World Heavyweight Champion. I want to see him have a title reign. I want to see him as a main eventer. And that's why I feel like it's so great for these title matches and reigns, because you really makes you feel like, oh, he's about to win. He's finally about to become champion. He's about to do it. He didn't do it. But I'm telling you all, Seth Rollins is still going to be champion until WrestleMania. People might want to complain that, oh, they hate Seth Rollins as champion, super Seth, super this, yada you. And that's why I say this title run is great, and the match is added on to a great title reign. So I can't wait to see what's more. Then we finally get into Damian Priest actually trying to catch him for once. And well, then he got interrupted because a hooded figure came out and it was Sami Zayn. He stopped him and took the briefcase and run with his briefcase. And people want to complain about it, saying, oh, it doesn't make sense. Oh, it's annoying. It's stupid. It's corny. I think, first of all, it was very funny to me. I really enjoyed it. And to me, it makes perfect sense, because don't you guys understand? Even Michael Cole said it on commentary, and he publicly said he is going to stop Judgment Day from getting power. He's going to stop them being power, because that's all they care about, wanting to be the best and run everything. So he's going to stop them from having the power. And this is going to storyline that's going to be featured onwards and constantly drag the Judgment Day feud, and makes it more interesting because Sami is there to stop them. So to me, it makes me completely perfect sense, and I enjoyed it. So I don't know, people can go out there and complain, but I enjoyed that. Now, before we get to the next match, this is something that I've heard everybody say, and I 100% completely agreed with, and that is the crowd. Saudi crowd was horrible, okay? Pick their moments to choose for what they wanted to cheer for and scream for. It was so irritating because all the women's matches, all the surprises we'll get into later, they didn't cheer at all. It was like, if you just watch this match in only audio, it would be super boring. Like, you thought it was a horrible, boring match. Amazing women talented moments in these wrestling matches, and it sucks to see that they weren't cheering for, because a lot of moments were cool and there was just no cheer, and it really devalued certain moments overall outside of the audience. Now we gotta get into the Fatal 5, and surprisingly they did a perfectly good job with this. I really enjoyed it. This was probably my favorite women's match of the night. I think they did a wonderful job of giving everybody a certain moment to shine. Cal, of course, being the powerhouse, slamming everybody, getting her moments of being dominant. Then you go over to Shayna, who got like this one has Niantic chokehold. Then you have Rhea and Raquel in a submission with her legs, and made her look real dominant and badass in this, because she's a submission magician, making her look super strong as Shayna. So I was completely happy seeing that, because Shayna got her moments to shine in the match. And then you got Zoe, who really got to outshine on this match too, of her, basically having where she's flying over the top rope, taking down the cameraman with her, and it's getting a lot of moments of being that dark horse in the match. It was very entertaining to get her moment to shine. And then of course mommy Rhea Ripley getting her moment to shine as well, because I think the two moments that I really think outshined for her was her special entrance. She got a special entrance, and you can just feel dominance, the aura that oozed out of that, just seeing it on camera of Rhea Ripley and her being champion, and then her having amazing, taking Zoe with a riptide, slamming onto Raquel and Shayna, making Shayna take out Impact, and then her pinning Shayna. To me, this was absolutely amazing and perfectly how you did it. Alright match, but also was pretty sad. Now it's John Cena versus Solo Sikoa. I said in my prediction video that this is 50-50 on who either wins, because John Cena is playing the story. He had not winning a match in 2,000 something days, and then if he won, it would be a magical moment, a major moment, at Crown Jewel, but then if we go to Solo Sikoa, of him taking out and annihilating John Cena, that would make him a massive threat that he took out a legend and annihilated him like that. Him doing his spike and whatever, taking out John Cena, that leaves a major thing of him leaving Solo as a threat and building him his threat level as the enforcer way high. So it makes sense on why they did that outcome, but still, it was still just sad seeing John Cena getting beat up like that, because always sucking just to see a legend to go like John Cena like that. This next part was for the Saudi audience, having that Saudi actor or what, and I understand you're trying to please the audience. I get that, because they're one of you. I get it, but it's just like you also have people at home. They're not gonna understand like what this whole means and why it's so great and it's cool to see this person. Just to me was kind of a lackluster thing. Then we get to Rey Mysterio, Logan Paul for the United States Championship, and to me this was a very good match. I really enjoyed it. The first part was kind of a bit slow, them doing more wrestling, which I was surprised by, because fantastic in ring, high flyers, doing a lot of crazy moves. But after the first kind of half, they really picked it up, doing a lot of moves, and it's just Logan Paul is just a special talent. And then him basically saving Rey Mysterio's life, because yeah, it was a bit Logan Paul's fault because not being in the right position, but his ring awareness to realize, because Rey Mysterio was trying to do I guess a high flying jump, whatever, and Logan Paul was able to catch him, because it was almost a tombstone pile drive. If Logan Paul was there, he would have went on the canvas and Rey Mysterio probably would have broke his neck or something. So congrats for Logan Paul saving Rey Mysterio's life, because he could have died. And luckily, he is safe and sound and he is okay, because that would have been bad. But overall, the match really was great. And this to me just kind of shows they're really trying to show Logan Paul more of it, instead of just being a celebrity who wrestles, being an actual wrestler in wrestling. And I really want interesting to see where he goes, because he ended up winning the US title, because some people are shocked about it, but it makes sense, because of course they had one of Logan Paul's goons or his manager come out with the brass knuckles and try to do it. But then Logan Paul lost him because he got bumped by Rey Mysterio. And of course Santos Escobar comes in and stops the manager from trying to get the brass knuckles. And to me, I really want to pay more focus to this, because the reason why I'm bringing that up, because when Santos gets the brass knuckles, instead of keeping them with him, he puts them back on the ring apron where Logan Paul can get them. And that's, to me, it's like, okay, Santos, we see what you're doing. But to me, I'm telling you, I'm seeing that Santos heel turn, because he probably has some hatred towards Rey about the US title and certain other things, and saying that would have been me. That Santos heel turn, I'm seeing his company, but Santos, you're not slick. I'm watching you, Santos. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair for the women's title. In this match, it didn't surpass their Backlash match. That Backlash match was just so entertaining, but for me, I really enjoy this one because I love technical, more grounded wrestling. I really enjoy that. But to me, it was still very entertaining, and slowly going through this, there's basically them having a great classic old match between each other. They really have good chemistry with each other when they really want to show off, and I really enjoyed it. But one moment is Bayley interfering, because then what happens is that it basically comes to 2-1-1, and while Bianca's about to KOD Bayley into the table, Kairi comes back. Kairi freaking Sane, one of the best women's wrestlers, finally came back. And I'm sorry, but this got me irritated, because I understand why Kairi came back for the certain moment of the story. The freaking Saudi cow didn't even react to Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is one of the best wrestlers out there, one of the best Japanese wrestlers that are out there in the entire planet. And they didn't react. They were just like, nothing. Like, come on, it's Kairi freaking Sane. She's a beautiful, fine woman. That is one of the best female wrestlers you got out there. But overall, overside my rant, Kairi Sane comes back, attacks Bianca, which we all thought she was going to be coming back a babyface and be with Asuka, but ends up attacking Bianca, helping Io win when Bianca goes back in the ring, does a moonsault, and Io is still your champion. This shocks me, because you have Io and Kairi together hugging, while Bayley is sitting on the sidelines being shocked and surprised, because if you go back 3 years ago in 2020, Bayley was the one that took out Kairi and basically kayfabe, because Kairi was leaving, that took out Kairi Sane and tried to end her career. Because this makes this story so much more interesting. Women's wrestling finally has an amazing, great story that's going to be some cinema for the future, because this story has so many different possibilities that are very interesting, and I can't wait to see what's next for this story, because I'm very interested. Plus, it's always great to see this special, great Kairi Sane. It's Damian Priest versus Cody Rhodes. To me, the main reason why I give it a 3 out of 5, because this is a match we've seen or some way in some different form on Monday Night Raw. It's the same old thing we've seen multiple times, but I know where they're building to for Survivor Series. But overall, Cody got the win. Now we get to the final match of the night, and that was LA Knight, versus Roman Reigns, your tribal chief, for the undisputed Universal Championship in this match. Really enjoyed this match, because to me, they really let LA Knight outshine and really get major more moments in this match. And surprisingly too, they really were keeping up the pace. Even Roman Reigns, his matches like to slow down the pace. It was going back and forth, and the Saudi crowd actually was alive for once in their life. They were cheering and they loved LA Knight. They were going crazy for him. So overall, this match was very entertaining. Each person got their back and forths, making LA Knight look like a star. But overall, everyone should just be happy overall that LA Knight, when everyone thought he was going to be buried after Money in the Bank, which was stupid, he has risen and had the momentum high of being able, but then constantly going up and up throughout the cards, and now having probably biggest match against Roman Reigns in the main event of a pay-per-view for the championship when LA Knight was nowhere near that at the beginning of this year. And plus two, they also made him look strong. Roman Reigns had to Superman punch him, spear him through a barricade, and spear him again just to beat him and help with the bloodline. They made him look super strong. And I feel like if you're thinking that, oh, this is the end of the momentum, this end for LA Knight, then you just never a fan to begin with. I'm just saying, they did a perfect job with this match. Perfect job of having LA Knight lose in that certain way. Makes perfect sense. Understandable. People might be mad about the ending, but hey, I expected it. There was no way that he's not gonna lose. Roman's not gonna lose until WrestleMania. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the match. So overall, Crown Jewel, I give it a solid 7.5 out of everything, because there's a lot of great moments that I super enjoy. Were very enjoyable, especially seeing KAIRI Sane again. But of course, you had some of the negative moments, and it was a good pay-per-view. It was very fun to watch, but it has just some kind of issues, I would say. But overall, it was still decently enough and enjoyable watch to watch. So overall, really enjoyable pay-per-view, and now I'm just interested to see what is the future hold for the WWE. What stories are we going to get next? But hey, like, comment, and subscribe down below. Let me know down below, what do you rate Crown Jewel? What was your favorite match? And what was just your favorite moment overall in the pay-per-view? Let me know down in the comments. We'll have to see what is next lined up WWE. We'll see you all later, and we'll have to see what happens. Adios.